Hey there, welcome to my channel. Today I'm doing something a little different. By the way, this is Encrypted Angels Nursery. My name is Dax, and I have two little helpers today. I have Storybrooke over here, and I've got Arcana over here, which basically you guys will understand why. But yeah, I've got two little helpers here today. And in the little preview that you saw, I'm starting a new tag. It's not a new tag, it's just new on my channel. It's a hashtag craft with me. Yes. I'm going to show you how to do this. So that way you can have headbands that will easily fit your smaller babies without using pins or sewing, and that way you can easily snap them back and they'll instantly fit your smaller babies again. Okay, so before I do that, I wanted to go over a couple other types of headbands that this would work on and what it won't work on. Okay, so I have these two. I'm not doing either one of these today, but this one, okay, so this is an elastic material. It's already elastic. But I could, because I mean this would just fall right off of both of these two, so it'd fall right. So I could do a snap, and I mean all of these are elastic, like all of these have, you know, some stretch, some elasticity. This one obviously a lot more than those. This one as well, this one has a little bit more elasticity than the fabric ones. So just keep in mind when you're doing your snaps, you want a little bit of that pull of the elasticity, just a little bit, so it will hold. All right, but yeah, so you could also do it on this kind of material, which is stretchy, but not quite elastic, but stretchy. Or maybe it's elastic fabric, I don't know what it's made out of. And what it won't work on, I have this amazing, awesome bow. Now, luckily, this one is small enough to fit either one of these two. So this one is this, I'll tell you where I got some of these things too in a moment. So this one is small enough to fit her, thankfully. But let's say if it wasn't, would I be able to do snaps in this material? No, I would not. There's too many holes and delicate fabric, and I don't think it would really hold. So I wouldn't even try. I wouldn't even try on this fabric. Okay, that's what it won't work on. And anything that has like real small string, or like almost string elastic, obviously that won't work either because it's too small to even get a snap on there. And this is the one that we are going to do today. So yes, this is the one we're going to do. And actually, I think I'm going to move Storybrooke aside because I wanted to see, I was pretty sure that Arcana's head is smaller than Storybrooke's. So she's probably got the smallest circumference. I don't have a tape measure, but if you do have a tape measure in your grasp, you could do a tape measure thing and then kind of measure it this way and figure it out that way, but I just sort of eyeball it. Okay, so by the way, I got this amazing pillow from Happy Mail from Jess over at Crafty Churchy Nursery. The bunny the Storybrooke was holding came from Mama Cheryl over at Kalela's Precious Ones. And this outfit that Arcana is wearing came from Auntie Rainbow over at Rainbow's Dolly Nursery. And I believe the Yoda also came from Jess over at Crafty Churchy Nursery, I believe. If I'm wrong on that, please correct me in the comments. Okay. So back to this little, now I'm going to move the pillow out of the way because that's distracting me right now with getting the circumference of her head, just doing measurement. Okay, so I'd want it to fit about here if I was to do this. And then, like I said, I want the elastic to kind of take hold, but at first I'm just going to see how much I need it that way. And then I'm going to pull it just a little bit of how tight I'd like it to fit her. Just a little tug. And it's about there. So now this is where, if you're super nifty, you could probably get some kind of like one of those fabric things that you can mark a line and stuff and it'll wash out later. You don't want to use anything that will stain because we're not cutting anything. Granted, snaps will go in, but what if the line doesn't, what if the snaps doesn't cover the line? So you just want to kind of be mindful of that. All right, now, okay, so I'm just kind of gonna fold it right there for now and set that aside for a second and go over the tools. Okay, so I got this set off of Amazon. I will put a link in description. I'm not affiliated. It's just telling you where I got it from. So this all came as more things came in the set. I didn't pull everything out. These are just the things that I need right now. But yeah, and it came with all of these colorful snaps, and I love how they're arranged. Okay, so for this yellow, I got a couple of options. I could go with like a more cream color. I could go with a more, let me find the pen type. I'm not actually pinning this in, I'm just holding it up. Just holding it with my thumb against the fabric. Here's more of a yellow. It's probably what I will go with. But I also want to see what this orange would, that orange would probably go better. Can you guys see? I don't know if I'm holding this in camera or not. Yeah, I like this one the best, the one that's in my right. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with this one. Okay, so I'm gonna put these back. Put this aside. Okay, so, okay. You know what, it's just easier if I get one that's already done to show you. All right. So to do this, I work with it from the inside out, is how I work with it. And as you can see, I have 2 rows of snaps. So I'm going to need 4 of the type that poke out. You can see that. So I'm gonna need 4 of those. And then we'll go from there. I'm just gonna pull some out there. Okay. I'm gonna need 4 of those. Now what I'm gonna need is I'm gonna need 2 female parts and 2 male parts. Okay, so in the difference, this is a perfect example. So here we go. This is the female part, this is the male part, this is the part that's going to snap in to this part. I don't want to snap it because it's very difficult to get them out when you don't have something to pull against. Anyway, so I need 2 of each of those. Now, when I'm working with a piece, okay, I'm gonna open this back up again. Let's see, I'm gonna want the snaps about here. So I like to put one on, like one on the top and one on the bottom to help keep it together. Okay, and I like to think about how, because I like to put, you know, both female parts on one side, both male parts on the other side. So I like to kind of get it arranged. Well, I can always remeasure it. So, okay, I'll probably have to remeasure that. But let's see. All right, so that one, and this is what I mean by that. I'm gonna close this so this doesn't go dumping everywhere and I lose all those snaps. Oh, come on. There we go. I'm like, you're not that difficult to close. Okay, so Okay. So this is how I think I want them to go on. Let me think about this. All right, so this is gonna snap that way. All right, that's fine. Okay. So these two will fold over. This will snap here, this will snap there. Okay. All right. The other tool that comes in handy is a Dremel. So I'll be using this. Yeah, so I'll be using this. Okay. And there are a lot of other tutorials out there on how to do snaps. The original reason of why I wanted to do them, I'm just gonna remeasure this. Why I wanted to get snaps actually is for my duvet that I have. I have a duvet that I saw another person do it in a video where they got a duvet and used these nifty snaps, so that way the whatever you call the thing that goes inside the duvet, that thing. So sorry, I'm just kind of measuring Arcana's head here where I want it. Okay, there. Alright, right along that flower here. I also want to make sure that this is centered so it doesn't go off like this way, so which I did not do before I measured. Alright, so that would be the middle. Okay, yeah, that looks about right. Her head's so tiny, that looks about right. Okay, maybe I did do that. Okay, so that's where I want to put them. I'm gonna remember about that leaf and right around where that flower is. I don't know if you can see that. There's a little bit of a leaf right here, and about at the end of where this flower, just a smidge over, is where I want to put them. Okay, so now to do this part, like it's gonna snap this way, right? So it's gonna snap this way. So and keep it, sorry, I keep flipping it. And keep it turned inside out and fold it over where I want the snaps to go, like that. That's where they're gonna snap on this side, and this part will just fold over when it's on the head. Okay. So this is my top. This is my bottom. Okay. Now what I like to do is let me turn that off. I like to put the hole straight through, and I'm only gonna do like one each. So put the hole straight through, that way that like my top line will line up together, and then when I do that for the bottom line will, you'll see. Okay. So what I said before, this one is about the end of the flower here and just a smidge over. And don't worry if you don't get it exact, because it is elastic, so it will, it will elasticize. Okay, so I think I want it, let's see, yeah, I want it about, okay, now I want to put it in the middle. I don't want to go too far up here, but I don't want to go along the seam, because I don't want to poke all through that thickness. So I want to get above the seam, but I want, so in the middle between the seam and the top, I'm going to try to get in the middle. So I'm going to go for about here. And poke that all the way through the other side. And then I like to stretch the fabric a little bit, twist this around really good. So twist that around. Okay. So that way, oh, I made a bigger hole than I thought. That's fine, that's fine. Okay, so that's good though. Okay. So, oh, that's, all right. So I'm gonna put this. Okay, now this part I'm gonna put through the top here. Top right there. I'm gonna put, I'm gonna use a female side. It doesn't matter which one you use, just make sure that your snaps will snap in together when it's all done. So use a female side. Now this is where this tool comes in handy because this will smash that pokey part down really good. So you put the flat side in that part where on my tool it's black. Now for this part I like to try to make sure I get the cloth kind of straight, if that makes sense. Like I don't want to like twist it up here, you know. I'm going to try to get the cloth straight. And then once I make sure I've got it in, once I make sure I got it in there, then, is this big enough? Okay. Sorry. Alright. Once I got it in there, I'm gonna smash it really hard. There we go. Okay. And voila. We got our first one done. Okay. Now I'm going to do the same thing, but on this side I'm going to put the male part since we already have that one. I didn't know it. I've never seen it do that before. It has never done that before when I've used a Dremel to, anyway. Okay, I'm going to try to get this a little bit straight before we press down. Alright, I got it in there and I'm going to press. I know I'm turning it every which way because normally I don't have a camera and tripod that I'm working around. That should be good. Okay, so we got our first snap in. Now I'm gonna do the bottom row as best as I can. So that's the outside, this is the inside. All right. That's the top, this is the bottom. Okay. So I'm gonna fold it again. I wouldn't snap this. I mean, yeah, I would hold it, but keep in mind you're just gonna immediately be pulling it back apart so you can get the stuff in. Okay. So, and which side? Okay. I'm gonna go this way because I want both I'm just weird like that. I want both female parts to be on the both side and both male parts to be on the both side. The female part is on this side. Okay. Again, I'm just gonna get my cloth lined up. I'm gonna line this up where that is, but I'm not gonna snap it. Just gonna line it up really good. And then set it down. I hope you guys can see. If not, I got a lot more videos to make. If you do have a measuring thing, I mean, you can do measurements, but I'm not paying attention to measurements. I'm just going. Okay, again, I don't want to get too close to the seam because I don't want to do that. Also, oh no, the tag's not okay. I don't want to get too close to the seam, but I don't want to get too close to the bottom either. Make sure your cloth is as lined up as you can get it. You don't want it stretched though at this point, because you should have already stretched it a little bit when you, or considered this stretch before when you did the thing. So I'm going to say about here. I'm just going to get this all the way through. I'm not going to stretch it quite as much as I did last time, considering for some reason on that cloth it's leaving a really big big enough hole there to work with. Okay, so we're going to put this in here. There we go. Put that in there. Again, this is the female side, so I'm putting that in there. I'm going to try to get the cloth straight a little bit. Okay. Here we go. Use the Dremel. Not the Dremel, I'm sorry. Use this, I don't know what this tool is called. I have no idea what this is called. Okay, wait, hang on, I didn't press yet. I just want to make sure it's lined up real good. Okay, now squeeze really tight. There we go. It's almost done, you guys. It's almost done. All right, we just have this last one to put in. You've already got the hole there. So I'm gonna, now if you don't as easily put the hole, sometimes I have to kind of like poke it through again, stretch it out a little bit, fiddle with it some. That's what I've had to do with all the other ones. So, there we go. And then repeat. Okay, time to put tools away safely first. All right, now we can test it. I'm going to test it with our little Arcana here, since she was our measuring person. All right, so I'm gonna, oh, I should have snapped it first. I'm gonna go ahead and snap these. Oh, come on. I like that it's not so easy, but at the same time, is it in? Oh, it did, okay. It just didn't snap, okay. It didn't make the sound. That's what I was looking for, okay. All right, now it should be small enough. Now, like I said, this part is kind of folded over, so there we go. And voila. Now I've got this headband that will fit her, and if it fits her, then it will definitely fit my Storybook. Yeah. So if it's her, fits Storybook, and if I want it to fit a doll that has a bigger head, I can unsnap it and put it on somebody else. And that's how I make my snappy headbands that are very, very useful. Oh, come on. These snaps are good snaps. Okay, there we go. There we go. You can use these on all kinds of things. I used them on some dish towels, so I can snap my dish towels around the towel rack that I have hanging in my kitchen. I've also used the snaps to snap the comforter or whatever it's called into the duvet. Are you just not making the sound again? Oh, for some reason you don't make the snap sound. I don't know why. Okay, it's fine. It's like I think it's not snapped because I don't hear the sound. That's the only time that's ever happened. All the other ones make the sound. Oh, you know what? I don't want that one on you anyway. I want to get Storybook and put the green one back on Storybook. Here we go, darling. Here we go. Okay. And alright, so the green one is unsnapped. I'm gonna snap it. See, these both make the snap well. There we go. See? Those both make the snap sound. And oh, I'm kind of working backwards here. I'll do it. Like really having to work this arm a little bit because I'm not used to working again around a whole camera and tripod like this. There we go. And that, my friends, is how you do snappy headbands with Storybook and sweet little Arcana. Let's see, we'll put this pink one on Arcana. Now this one I didn't do tight enough. This is an example of that, like I just kind of did the head measurement, but I didn't consider the stretch. So lesson learned, but that's okay. We're gonna put this one on Arcana. I can always do another set of snaps on here. Yeah, see, that one's too big for her. But it's smaller than it would be if no snaps were on it. But there we go. All right. Well, thank you so much for being here and hanging out with us today. So, and these are my two little stars, Storybook and Arcana. And they'd like to say thank you so much for watching. And we will see you next time. Take care, everyone. I hope you enjoyed our new tag, Craft With Me. And we will talk to you next time. Bye.